Hi, thanks for stopping by my tarot channel, YiaYia's Heart. Right now, we are in the new moon phase of the moon cycles. And so I wanted to do something to address that energy in the tarot reading for tonight. I came up with 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 different questions regarding new moon energy, and I really wasn't too happy with any of them. So I think I'm just going to go pretty all-inclusive and we're just going to ask for some new moon energies or messages for each group, and just kind of see where that ends up. So the groups that we have today, actually let me back up a little bit. Let's go through some housekeeping items. I do not read, as a rule, reversed cards in my readings. I also will put a link to each of the groups in the description for the video. So once you have chosen a group or groups, you can simply click on the link in the description and it'll take you directly to your reading, so you don't have to go all the way through and try and find out where it starts. Of course, if you want to watch the entire video, that's absolutely fine as well. But if you feel called to a particular reading, then check out the description and the link should be there and you can go straight to that reading. So again, tonight we're going to ask for some new moon messages and energies for each group. So the first group that we have here is the Sodalite Hawk. Sodalite Hawk. Sodalite is a stone of communication. Hawk is an animal of the air element, which air element is also about communication. So there's the Sodalite Hawk. The group number 2 is the Green Aventurine Laugh Stone. Green Aventurine is a heart stone and a stone of abundance and happiness. So Green Aventurine Laugh is group number 2. And group number 3 is Picasso, Jasper, Dragonfly. Picasso Jasper is an empowering stone. It is a very artistic stone. Much like I think of dragonflies also as being artistic and light and so many colors and so much, almost like ballet. So Picasso, Jasper, Dragonfly is group number 3. So take some time, take a deep breath, get grounded if you need to, and decide which of the 3 readings calls to you, and we'll get started. Okay, this is the reading for group number 1, the Sodalite Hawk. And tonight we're going to be asking Spirit for messages and energies regarding the new moon phase that we're in right now. New moons talk of sorry, there's some, I think it's a flock of geese outside. making all kinds of racket just as I started to talk about group 1. So group 1, that may be a message for you. Another air element animal is visiting. So messages about the new moon. New moons are all about clearing out stuff that no longer serves you and setting new intentions. It's a dark time, and it's a time to, again, clear out and then start working toward the light. So bringing in new things, new beginnings. So Spirit, can you give us what are some new moon energies and messages for group 1, please? New moon messages and energies for group 1, please. Okay. Okay. So the cards that we got, the first card is the Devil. So that is a big message that you definitely have some clearing that you need to do. There may be some habits that are holding you back from realizing dreams, from realizing abundance. But the Devil speaks of patterns that are keeping you stuck, or bad habits that you can't seem to drop, or perhaps even addictions. So the first message that you have is you definitely have some clearing that you need to do. We got the Page of Swords is the second card. And swords deal with mental energy, intellect, communication, and pages typically are sort of about new, fresh energy. This page, however, seems as though the Page of Swords is typically known for he's got new ideas, he's got innovative, clever ideas and thoughts. But this particular page looks as though he is, well, kind of stuck, basically. You know, he looks as though maybe he's tried over and over again to get started and he just can't do it. So again, I think that this is speaking to these bad habits that keep cycling around and holding you where you are. You have lots of great ideas, but I think part of the message here, especially if we bring in the third card, which is the Nine of Wands, is that your ideas are just that. They are just ideas. And the Nine of Wands is saying if you ever want these great ideas that you have to become something abundant, to become something, you know, that really sets the world on fire because they have that potential, you've got to do the work. You need to actually get out there and put your ideas into play. I think, you know, maybe this bad habit that we're talking about here is maybe a little bit of procrastination. Maybe you just like to kind of sit around and dream up wonderful, amazing things that would be really great, but then you never take the steps to launch those ideas and get them off the ground. I feel like this is an energy that a lot of us are dealing with right now, myself included. So take some steps, take some of these great ideas and just dive right in and actually start the process to turn these ideas into reality. In this time of the new moon, that doesn't necessarily mean that you've got to drop a finished product in front of some investor, but it does mean that you need to step out of your comfort zone a little bit and just take the first step. So let's see if we can get some more clarity on that. I think I'm going to go with a different deck here. I think I'm going to use the Somnia Tarot. Spirit, if you could give us some more messages for group number 1 with regard to new moon energy, please. Messages with regard to new moon energy for group number 1. Okay, so, all right, so we've got the Fool, which again speaks of, you know, youthful exuberance and just setting off, maybe without a whole lot of direction, but definitely with a lot of enthusiasm. So, you know, I think that this, again, it's kind of a young energy. It's very exuberant. It is, you know, it sort of exemplifies the new moon, what the recommendation is for you, for everyone at the new moon, is just to start some new beginnings. And that's the Fool card entirely, is to start some new beginnings. But we've also got... the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands came out. And the Ten of Swords, you know, is about great disappointments, about, well, quite literally being stuck. And then the Ten of Wands is kind of not getting off the ground. These two cards are very much about just, again, being stuck. So, you know, I think that this is telling us again that you've got this great potential. You've got the potential here with the Fool card. You've got the potential with the Page of Swords. But you are stuck. You're not going anywhere with any of this right now. You have, let's see, what else did we get here? Okay, we've got the Six of Wands, which is, you know, kind of, again, talking about getting that idea out there, offering it up to the world, actually, you know, getting it out there so someone else can get involved, so someone else can take advantage of this, rather than just sitting and thinking about how great it would be. You know, offer this idea to the world. Six of Wands are all about action. Take some action. Wands are action. We've also got the King of Wands. And so the King of Wands basically is, you know, somebody who has put in the work and just really attained a wonderful place of stability and abundance. Not necessarily opulence, but definitely a very solid, fulfilled life. So, you know, I think that this is talking of the potential if you do put in the work. We got the Emperor. The Emperor is, again, a card of a great mastery. So, these ideas that you have, and this youthful exuberance that you have, could lead you to, if you apply yourself, you know, a great deal of mastery over your situation. So, you know, I think that the energies right now are saying you've got to clear out this procrastination, you've got to clear out this stuckness, and just actually get yourself moving, and you have the potential to, you know, really be at the top of your game if you do that. The other card that we got was the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups nights are kind of all about, you know, diving in, but this particular night is really not moving. He's kind of sitting and waiting at the moment. This is perhaps a cautionary message about, you know, jumping in too quickly without feeling your way into the situation. You know, I think this card might be saying, test the waters before you go wholeheartedly into this idea. You know, don't dig yourself in a hole, but don't don't let that keep you from beginning the journey. You know, and you know, that's precisely what the Fool says, is begin your journey. This is the very beginning. So, you know, I think all of this is saying you've got to get unstuck. You need to drop the bad habits of perhaps procrastination or wasting time. Put in some work, really get yourself out there, offer yourself out to the world, but do it in steps. Don't do it, you know, all at once. So, Spirit, can you give us some more information maybe on the Knight of Cups here with regard to, well, just on the Knight of Cups. Let us maybe give us some more messages with regard to the Knight of Cups, please. Okay, so we got the Empress card. With the Emperor and the Empress card coming out, I think that, you know, you're going to have a very balanced endeavor, a very fulfilled outcome. If you pursue this idea or pursue this dream in a balanced way. You know, you don't want to just, there are some very good qualities that the Emperor has. He's very sure of himself. He's very knowledgeable. He is a master at his craft, a master at his trade. You know, it has a lot of power. But, you know, if you were to just press ahead with this, then, you know, you could find yourself in too deep. You could find yourself offending some people. So I think the Empress is saying that you also need to balance this out with kind of more of a feminine energy as well. You know, listen to what people have to say. You know, if you're manufacturing a product, or if you're starting some sort of a new service business, and you have great ideas, you have really great ideas, and you can actually bring those ideas to bear and be very good at that. But along the way, especially when things are just initially getting fleshed out, you're going to need to listen to people. You're going to need to have more of a receptive energy, so you don't miss some great innovations that could be part of this, and you don't chase away any potential investors or customers, or you know, just people who are going to maybe even give you more recommendations. So, you know, be sure and round out this energy with both the masculine and the feminine. The Three of Wands, this card is saying that, again, kind of going back to some of this stuck energy, you know, this might say that you're getting closer to being able to move forward, but you're still not sure which way to go. You're still not, and it may not be that you're not sure of which way to go. You just aren't ready to jump. You just maybe don't trust that that you're right. You just might not, you might not believe that you have what you need, or the skills, or, you know, it's that old, who am I to say that I can do this? I'm just going to fail. You might just have that self-doubt. That could be going back to this devil card back here. So this card is just saying that, you know, right now you're even if you do understand that you need to get this idea out there and actually take some concrete steps, you are just holding back a little bit and not ready quite to pick a lane. So the Knight of Coins is saying, you know, you need to do that. You need to go ahead and step out into the real world, ground this idea into the real world, and move forward with it. Because it definitely has the potential to be something really amazing if you put in the work. So, Spirit, can you give us some messages about this new moon energy? What is the best way for group number 1 to start this process of moving forward? Can you give us some more clarity on that, please? The best way for group number 1 to start making this new intention or this new beginning into a reality. Okay, so, okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay. So we got the Page of Swords again. Which was this card that we saw at the beginning. So again, you know, I feel like this card, he's kind of just like swinging at air. You know, it's like he's not doing anything solid or material or you know, actionable. He's just kind of like playing, just again, you know, going back to this energy of not really getting anything accomplished. The Seven of Wands, this I think is speaking to what we saw earlier with the lack of self-confidence. You know, I think that this card is saying that you are kind of defending yourself against something that's not really real. You feel like you may be shooting down your own ideas before they ever see the light of day. You know, this is kind of like you feel like something is battling you, but you don't know just what it is. And I think that in this case, I think it's yourself. I think that you're not believing that this new idea, this new beginning is really worth putting the work in, that it'll never work, that you're just not good enough, you don't have the resources, blah, blah, blah. Whatever your excuses are, whatever this devil card is, you know, you're getting stuck in that. You're fighting ghosts, you know, so you need to believe in yourself, and you can end up with just tremendous wealth and abundance, and, you know, just again being really, really solid when you reach this pinnacle here. But it's going to take, you know, believing in yourself. This card, you know, speaks of regrets. So and it came out with these two cards. So if you don't believe in yourself and you're just, you know, going to sit and lament that you know you never get anything, or maybe, you know, just leave everything more in sort of an imaginary realm, then you're going to have some serious regrets, because this, you know, this card here talks about, you know, balancing things out. But this card is like the pinnacle of happiness and prosperity. So, you know, you again, you've got to balance out that the idea with the actual physical action. Ground this into reality, and this is going to be the outcome. So, you know, I think the message here all along is saying that you are maybe not trusting that your ideas are worth getting out there, and maybe you're talking yourself into it being just too hard, and you're just too stuck, and it's never going to work anyway, blah blah blah. But you need to cut yourself away from that mindset that is undermining you. That's the new moon energy that you need to clear out. And then you need to begin one step at a time to create whatever it is that you are dreaming up. And you will be incredibly successful when you do that. So let's look at the final oracle card that we have here and see what that message is. Okay. The oracle card from the White Light Oracle that we got is the Dakini of Infinite Light. I'm going to read the message in the book, but I would take from this that it speaks of your ability to, basically, your potential is infinite, would be my take on that. But let's see what the guidebook says, and I will tell you exactly what that message is telling you to round out this reading. Okay, Dakini of Infinite Light says, "Seek and you shall find. Find the teachers and teachings which feel pure to your heart, but remember, it is the inner truth of you that will ultimately set you free. Do not give your power away. But do trust in a greater guiding wisdom at work in all aspects of your life. Ask for help from enlightened spiritual beings." You know, and that could be, again here, the Empress energy. "In any manner of concern, and help shall be granted. Believe all problems can be resolved, and a more graceful life experiences is opening up for you now." So, believe that you can do this. Believe in yourself. And if you need help, ask for it. You know, take it one step at a time. Listen to the people that are along the way. Feel your way into this. And you will end up ultimately being very successful. So I hope this was helpful to you. I hope that you are well and you are happy, and that these new beginnings will materialize for you, and you will ultimately be very successful. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. If this reading resonates with you, I would love to hear any comments that you would have. If you like my channel, please do subscribe. If you'd like to get notifications when new videos come out, click the bell button. And again, I will link the readings, each individual reading, in the description, so you can click on the link and go directly to the readings. Please come back, and I wish you all the best. Hello, this is the reading for Group 2, the Green Aventurine Laugh Stone. And we are asking Spirit for messages and energies for this new moon phase that we're in right now. Spirit, we would like messages and energies for Group 2 for this new moon energy. Okay, Spirit, can you give us some messages for Group 2 for the new moon energy, please? Okay, so this is a really great start. We have got the Two of Cups and the Two of Pentacles, both of which talk about a love and a very stable relationship. You know, you've got this very loving energy. Also, you have the Empress, which is a very maternal energy or a very feminine energy, a very nurturing energy. So there's a lot of love here. So the energy here with this new moon, with regard to these cards, is that you're in, or going to soon be in, a very, very great relationship. Most likely a love interest. Also, we've got the Four of Wands and the 10 of Wands. The Four of Wands is dealing with the start of a very lucrative endeavor, or a very successful period of abundance. And the 10 of Wands is talking about completing a cycle of transformation. There may be something that you've been working very hard at, and it is going to now pay off. Also, we've got the Six of Pentacles. So this card is talking about you're kind of in maybe a waiting period right now, as far as you know, it could be even getting paid. It could be that you have been working at this endeavor, and it is becoming much more fruitful, or it is, you know, it may be something that was a very specific project that you had to do a lot of work to complete, and it's now getting close to that completion. But I feel like you may still have to wait a while to get the reward from this, or the abundance from this, or the pay. But it is coming. It's just going to take a little bit more patience on your part. But while you're waiting on that, I do still see, you know, that there's this great relationship here that maybe you already have, or it may be a new relationship that is coming to you soon, or you've just started. So, Spirit, can you give us some more messages, please, for the new moon energy for group 2? Okay, some additional messages. Okay, again, yeah. Okay, so we got the Temperance card and the Hanged Man. So both of these are saying that you need to have patience. So again, I think that there is something great that's coming to you. I don't think it's with regard to this relationship. I think this is already on the way, or already have. I think it's more sort of, you know, monetary or a rewards kind of a thing. You've earned it, but you have to trust that it's coming, and you have to be patient. So I think that that is part of the energy that's going on there. Let's get a different deck here. So Spirit, what else can you tell us about this relationship? Is this relationship something, what can you tell us about this relationship? Is it on the horizon? And how does it relate? How does this relationship or this love energy relate to this over here? How are those relating to each other? Please and thank you. Okay, so okay, well, we have got the 8 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. Both of these cards are talking about a little bit about some suffering here. We've got the 10 of Wands, which talks about carrying a pretty heavy burden. And then we've also got the 7 of Wands, which you're kind of in a place that is a little bit perilous. So I'm feeling like that maybe what is going on here, and you got the King of Wands also. You know, the King of Wands is kind of all about action and working hard. And so I still think we're talking about this group over here. I think that you've worked really, really hard, really hard, and you've perhaps put yourself into a position, maybe you are overextended, you know, maybe you have put a lot of money into this, or a lot of time and effort and resources into whatever this project is, and it's just not paying you back quite yet. You're getting frustrated with it. You are getting worried about your situation. And I think that that's kind of what these cards are talking about. But also we got the Strength card and we got the Three of Cups. So the Strength card, again, is kind of talking about patience. You've got to have some inner fortitude here, which you have the ability to be patient, to be strong. You might have to tighten your belt a little bit, but there is talk in this card of getting together to celebrate with others. So I think that this may be talking about, you know, your ship finally coming in, but it could also be talking about perhaps this relationship is going to be something that you're going to be able to celebrate soon. So let's get a little more information on that. Spirit, can you tell us more about the Three of Cups, please? More about the Three of Cups, some clarity there. Okay. Okay, so we got the Empress again. So you have got this very loving energy that is holding you. And so I think that perhaps the way that this relationship relates to this situation over here is that this person is going to stick around no matter what. I think that this relationship is going to be what keeps you afloat, what keeps you sane, what gives you strength. And perhaps that's what this card was saying, that this relationship is going to give you the strength to get through this difficult time while you're waiting for this to pan out. This card that we got here, which is the Nine of Swords, you know, it talks about just really, really being stressed out. It talks about just kind of being at your wit's end. You're about ready to give up. You just can't take much more. So this situation is really, really, really becoming very stressful to you. But you've got this individual who is going to stand by you regardless of what happens. And really what you probably need to do is to, you know, take your mind off of the situation where there's maybe not enough money, or there's, you know, you don't know where the next paycheck is coming from. This idea should have paid off by now. You know, you're getting frustrated, you're getting worried. Maybe you just need to take your mind off of that and get together with a group of people who you enjoy, who make you happy, who support you. And in particular, this relationship with this very nurturing energy is going to be there to support you regardless of what happens. But what is going to happen is that this is going to be fine. It's just going to take some time here. And again, we've got kind of that energy, the Six of Cups here. You know, things are getting a little ridiculous, but it's going to be okay. You know, we just need to kind of step back and take a little of the seriousness off of the situation and just kind of be a little more light for a little while until this can come around and pay off, basically. So let's try one other deck here. Spirit, what else can you give group 2? What messages can you give them about the new moon energy that we haven't already seen yet? What else? Okay. Well, here's the Five of Pentacles. And so this is kind of confirming that you are in a bad way, probably financially right now. And so this is feeling really, really, really heavy. Yeah. The Nine of Swords. This is the card that we already saw here. Again, this is just really, really, really feeling heavy. This is just a really seriously heavy energy. You're really worried about this. But the Two of Swords, generally talks about making a decision, but I don't think in this instance that it's as much of making a decision per se. I think the decision that it's saying that you have to make is to step away from the darkness for a little bit. I think that the situation is kind of hiding maybe the reality of it. Because you're so caught up in being so worried about this. So, I think that this, that the moon is blocking the sun. You can't see the light because of, this is such a dark situation and it seems so dire and desperate. But we also got the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is just a beautiful card about a new time beginning that's going to be really happy and really fulfilling. So again, hang in there with this wonderful, beautiful relationship that you have that's giving you strength. Look to that. Step away from the anxiety and the fear. Stop thinking about it all the time and just do something a little more lighthearted. And lean on this relationship that you have, because it's there for you. It's going to give you strength. And this is coming. The payoff is coming, and it's going to be the beginning of an amazing time of fulfillment for you. It's just really going to be a whole new start. So there's what's going on in the new moon energy for you. Let's take a look at the oracle card from the White Light Oracle and see what we got here. Okay, this is Seraph. I'm going to look at the guidebook here. I know that seraphim are a type of angels. Let's see what it has to say for us. Okay, it says, practice connecting to the joy that is always deep within you. So again, step back from the anxiety. You've got joy. You have things to be grateful for and happy about. Pay attention to what brings you exquisite delight. If you don't know what that is, you are guided to experiment and explore. And perhaps that is the Three of Cups energy that we saw here. Get together with some people and find something new. Connecting to the joyful capacity of your heart will heal so much negativity and uncertainty. Let your heart relax. Allow the spiritual grace that wishes to reorder your life to manifest its miraculous magic. Okay, so pretty much confirm this message that, you need to step away from despair and fear, and just remember that you have joy in your life, and it will bring you to this beautiful culmination and beginning of a new phase in your life that's going to be very, very, very fulfilling. So I hope that this resonates for you. If it does, I would love to hear a comment. Also, if you have enjoyed my readings, if you would subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. I would love that. Click like button. Click the bell button if you'd like to get notifications when new videos go up. Meanwhile, I am wishing you great success and joy and love. I hope you are finding peace, and I'm glad that you're here. Thank you. Hi, welcome to the reading for group number 3, the Picasso Jasper Dragonfly. We are going to get some messages from Spirit regarding the new moon energies and any new moon messages for you. Okay. New moon is typically seen as a time to clear out anything that's not serving you and to set new intentions or begin new projects. It's all about clearing out old and stagnant energy and beginning new things, taking new directions. So Spirit, what messages, new moon messages and new moon energy can you give us for group 3, please? Okay, so the first 3 cards that we got the 5 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords talks of something that you may not be seeing, or something that is being kept from you. Possibly someone being dishonest with you. So that may be some energy that you need to look into, see what it is maybe that you're missing. However, we also got the Strength card, and also the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is a card of new beginnings, and new beginnings that have the potential to be very successful, very fulfilling. Not entirely sure how the Strength card is fitting in with these other cards. So let's get some more cards from Spirit. Spirit, can you give us some clarification on these cards, please? Clarification on these cards for group 3. Okay, so we got the 3 of Wands. And the 3 of Wands talks about maybe some hesitancy. You know that you need to step out. You know that you need to take some action, but you're not ready to do that yet. And that may have something to do with this 5 of Swords. It may be that you realize you don't have all the information yet. Although I think that with the Strength card here, you probably are more capable than you think. I think maybe you're kind of holding yourself back. And so let's see what else we got here. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So we got the Seven of Cups. And so the Seven of Cups talks about having a lot of decisions in front of you. And so that may be part of the reason that you're having trouble making a commitment or making a decision or starting an action, because there's a lot of possibilities in front of you. And, you know, some of the possibilities are wonderful and some of them are not so wonderful, but I feel like you may not know entirely. You might not have all the information of which direction or which thing or which decision you should choose. I think maybe you feel like you don't have all of the information to be able to make a good choice. So that's kind of holding you back from making any decision right now. You're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with this. And so, but the thing that you need to know is that while you're waiting, you need to keep watering the plants. I mean, you need to not just completely withdraw from what you've already gained. You need to, even though you may not be able to move ahead right now, you might be sort of frozen and not able to make a decision right now. You know, you might just feel a little bit overwhelmed, but don't let everything that you've worked for up to this point just fall apart because of it. Don't neglect what you've already achieved or worked for because you're not quite sure what the next step is. And here's part of the reason that I say that. The other card that we got is the Wheel of Fortune. And so the Wheel of Fortune, you know, it also talks about a lot of choices, but basically this one is saying you're going to make the right choice. You know, whichever choice that you end up deciding on is going to lead you to a very fulfilling place. It's going to lead you to fortune. It's going to lead you to happiness. It's going to be the right decision. So, you know, don't neglect what you've already gained in your life while you're trying to make this decision, but don't get completely mired down in this decision either, because you know, you've got the strength to do whatever it is you need to do. You can be calm and patient and strong, but ultimately, whichever decision you make is going to be the right one. It's, you know, we've got not only the Wheel of Fortune, but we've got the Ace of Cups too. So not only are you going to be abundant and lucky and happy, but you're going to be just really fulfilled and just downright joyful once this decision is made and you go ahead and move forward with it. And again, I don't think you have to worry too much about which decision you make, because I think that you probably know more than you think you do. And whichever decision that you make is going to be the right decision for you. So let's get some more messages. Let's get a different deck here. I think this one is what we need right now. Okay, so Spirit, can you give us some more messages for this new moon energy for group 3, please? Messages for the group 3 about the new moon energy and what is going to be best for them in this new moon phase. Please and thank you. Okay. Okay. So we got the Fool and the Justice card. So I think that this is saying that you need to balance your enthusiasm with kind of more of a calm and rational approach. There may be one of these choices that just looks like it is going to be great and fun and exciting, but I think this card is saying that that may not be the best route to take. I still maintain that whatever decision you make is going to be the right decision, but I think that this card is saying, you know, don't just be jumping at the first opportunity that sounds really fun and exciting, because it may not last very long if you do. So you need to sort of balance your enthusiasm with more of a responsible outlook on this, or responsible take on the situation. And the other, you know, part of the reason that I say that, we've got the King of Wands and we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the King of Wands is just an incredibly, he's worked really, really hard to get where he is. But he has gotten where he is. He's put in a lot of hard work, and now he is, you know, he's the leader. He's the one that, even though, you know, he's not flashy or exciting or innovative necessarily, but everyone looks up to him because he's solid, he's reliable, and he is really a kind individual, and he's very successful because of it. And the Queen of Pentacles, you know, Pentacles are all about material world stuff, and the Queen is very the Queen is almost the top of the heap as well. And so she is very abundant, but her abundance comes from her intuition as well. So, you know, this guy, he's worked really, really hard, and he's just a good, kind-hearted individual. She also is a very kind individual, but her success comes from, to a certain degree, from working hard as well. But for the most part, her success is coming from knowing the right way to go. She feels deeply into her intuition. You know, what is her gut telling her she needs to do? What feels good to her? Not what feels exciting, but what feels deeply good to her soul. And that's how she makes her choices, and that's how she's gotten to where she is. So really hard work, but listening to your intuition as well. It's just an amazing combination. And so, you know, that's going to just take you really, really far. You've got this youthful enthusiasm, but you've got kind of a balanced, sort of a more mature look on things. You've got your intuition, you've got hard work, you've got the whole gamut here. That's going to lead to this Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune energy, just taking you wherever you want to go. Now, we also got the Seven of Swords. And so this is kind of a weird energy on top of the rest of this reading. But I think it's kind of a cautionary card. I think it's saying, you know, don't tempt fate. Don't get too overly confident, maybe, and go out on a limb and put yourself at risk when you don't really have to. You've got all these other great things here that you can build upon. So when you're making this decision, don't take unnecessary risks, I think is what this one is saying. Let's get a little more clarity on that. Let's try a different deck here. Spirit, can you give us a little more clarity on the Seven of Swords, please? What is that telling us? What is the Seven of Swords telling group 3 about this new moon energy, about perhaps this decision that they need to make? What is the Seven of Swords telling group 3, please? Clarity on the Seven of Swords, please. Spirit, can you give us clarity on the Seven of Swords? Maybe this is not the deck that we need. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. So we got, again, the Father of Pentacles, which is the King of Pentacles. So again, we're getting this work hard, be a good person, salt of the earth, and you'll go far. You will be very successful. So we got the King of, oh, I'm sorry, it was the King of Wands before. But the King of Pentacles, very much hardworking, solid. And then we have the World card, which really goes along very much with the Wheel of Fortune. You know, the Wheel of Fortune is saying whatever decision you make, you're on the road to a great fortune and happiness. And the World card is saying, you know, you've made it. You have gone all the way around, and now the world is yours. it's the completion of a cycle, and starting a whole new beautiful energy. You have put in the work, and you have reaped beautiful benefits. So again, I think this is just verifying that you're going to be very successful. You're going to be very happy, whatever decision you end up making. And then we got the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles, I think, is just talking about how you're at the start of this journey right now, or you're just beginning to bear fruit. In fact, it hasn't even really completely opened yet. It's just the potential is there. The potential is there for you to be very fruitful. So I think, this is talking about kind of where we are with this decision. You've got the potential to be just really, really very successful and very fruitful. So you, again, just need to take into account all of these, the factors that this very well-rounded energy that you have. But don't negate any of them. Don't lean too heavily toward your ideas or your mental capacity, and completely leave out your work ethic and how you have what you've done up until this point to position yourself where you need to be. So take everything all into account, and that also is kind of where this World card is coming in. You don't want to just you want to consider all of the factors, all of the variables, everything, all together before you make this decision. So again, I want to reiterate that whatever decision you make, you're going to make the right decision. Worst case scenario, it's not this decision, but eventually it will be. But if you slow down and you utilize all of your gifts that you have, you will end up in a very wonderful place with regard to the outcome of this decision. You're going to be very fruitful. Your life is going to be abundant and happy. So let's see if there's any final messages. Spirit, are there any final messages that you have for group 3 with regard to this new moon energy? Oops, that would have been not cool. Okay, so Spirit, final messages for group 3. This deck really doesn't want to cooperate. Let's see here. Final messages for group 3, please. And thank you, Spirit. Okie dokie. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. We have got cups all over the place. We've got the 3 of Cups. We have got the Page of Cups. And we have got the 6 of Cups. So cups are all about emotion and flow. The Page of Cups is kind of lighthearted and just kind of a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. We have got the Six of Cups, which is sort of a childlike, emotional, just kind of like infatuation, or that just really warm feeling that you get when you meet somebody that just really makes you feel good and is fun. And then we've got the Three of Cups, which is all about getting together with your gang, all about getting together with your tribe. It's about community, it's about celebration. So I think that these energies are saying that try to remain kind of lighthearted when you make this decision. Don't make it too much of a heavy critical decision. You know, if you look at making a decision more like, well, I'm going to go ahead and try this because this seems like it's the best decision for me to make right now. And if it works out, that is absolutely wonderful. And if it doesn't work out, that's okay too, because everything in my life up to this point has either worked out or not. And when it didn't, I just did something different. And so I think, you know, this is just saying, let's just take a lighthearted approach to this. Let's remain, just remain hopeful and positive about this. And that will end up giving you a much better footing to make this decision. We got the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is all about just moving on things. While you might want to remain lighthearted and happy, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't, you know, go for what you want. So the Knight of Wands is all about action. He's all about being brave. So, you know, make a decision, be happy about any decision that you make, but dive right in. Do it. Don't procrastinate about it. Don't overthink it. Just when you make that decision, then go with it. The Five of Pentacles. We got the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is basically kind of about being left out in the cold. I think that this is perhaps just, I think this is a cautionary card about getting too overly concerned about money with regard to this decision. That if you make the choice that seems to be the one that's going to pay the bills, I think ultimately you're going to end up being kind of disconnected, and also you're going to possibly even physically end up being much more infirm or sick than you might have been with another decision. So I think this is just saying, you know, if you focus too much on the money, you'll end up in a place where you are, you're just really not happy with your job, or perhaps it will end up being something that is physically very burdensome to you, and over the long haul, it's going to end up damaging your health and damaging your psyche. But mostly, you know, Pentacles deal of the real world kind of stuff. So I think that, you know, if you worry too much about going with the decision that's going to pay the bills, that looks like it's going to bring in the most money right now, although it may not be something that you really would be thrilled to do, it's going to end up just really damaging your life in the long run. It's going to end up damaging probably your health. You're going to end up being unhealthy. You're going to end up being potentially alone because you're unhappy. So, you know, again, going back to this lightheartedness, choose the option that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel good, and then jump right in. Yes. Yeah. So, you know, I think that you're kind of battling with yourself, sort of in almost a childish kind of a way. You know, maybe you're stuck between that decision of doing what you want to do, what looks like it would be a cool job or a fun job, or maybe this isn't even about a job, but taking the path that would be enjoyable versus taking the path that's responsible and going to pay the bills. And I feel like you're kind of warring within yourself about it. And so if that's the case, go back to this again. Go back to doing what is lighthearted and makes you feel good, and not what is all about the money, because that's just going to be heavy and cause damage over time. So, drop the fight. It's not a real battle anyway. It's just kind of scuffling, and you're kind of making things more than they need to be. So, step away from that. Do what makes you happy. Don't worry about the money so much at this point. And the final card that we got is the Magician. And the Magician says you can do whatever you set your mind to. Especially if it's something that makes you happy. Happiness is what creates abundance. So, if you imagine the perfect job and it makes you feel happy even thinking about it, daydreaming about it, it will become a reality. You've got all the tools. Again, we're going back to, here, the intuition, the hard work, the intelligence, all of it right here. You've got it all. This is all of that in one card. So, this is saying you're capable. You can do whatever you want to do. Your best bet is to take the lighthearted route. Do the thing that makes you feel good about doing the thing, as opposed to doing the thing because you feel like you have to. And you're kind of maybe just at the start of that journey right now, but you are going to be just tremendously successful with this decision, with this path. So go for it. Don't wait, just go. Let's see what our oracle card says. The oracle card, is the 7 blessings of Eve. This is from the White Light Oracle. And so let's see what the book says about the 7 blessings of Eve. Okay, it says, a spiritual gift shall enter your heart and manifest as a blessing in your life. You have innate talents and abilities which will support your soul into full, glorious manifestation. So again, this is saying you've got everything that you need. You've got the talents, you've got the abilities, everything. And by utilizing those and going with them, you are going to be successful. You have been blessed with a beautiful divine destiny to fulfill. You have natural healing ability. Choose your thoughts and words so that they reflect what you truly wish to put out into the world, because your influence is stronger and farther reaching than you realize. So again, you're a very powerful individual. The Magician card, bears that out as well. And so when you go with the positive, that's what you're putting out into the world. If you are positive, if you're happy about what you're doing, then you're putting that positivity and happiness out into the world, and that does heal people. Even if you never go into the healing arts, and that may be in the material world, and that might be in the spiritual world. You could be a doctor, you could be a Reiki practitioner, you could be a yoga instructor. Even if you never go into anything like that, just by virtue of being positive, you put so much healing out into the world. I don't think people grasp how strong that really is. If you are positive and you make one person happy, then that person goes out and they touch the lives of other people, and they make those people happy, and those people go out and they touch the lives of other people and make those people happy. And when we're happier, we're kinder to each other. And so, and people appreciate that. And so we actually become more abundant. We become more successful even, just by virtue of being more happy. So go out there and be happy, and make the decision that makes you feel happy, and you will have great abundance going forward. So I hope that this has been excuse me. I hope that this has been helpful for you. I hope that it resonates with you. If it does resonate, I would love to hear comments from you. If it does not resonate with you, perhaps it wasn't the right reading and you might want to choose one of the other readings. But I hope it did resonate with you. And if you enjoy these readings, I would be grateful if you would subscribe to my channel, like the videos, and if you want to get notifications when there's new videos uploaded, click that bell button. But most of all, I'm just happy that you've been here, and I wish you great peace and love and joy and happiness, and whatever your heart desires, I hope it comes to you. So thank you again for being here. Bye-bye.